Now, one of the first ways I really started to heal from the narcissistic abuse was the reality that people with narcissistic personality disorder do not have the capacity for love. Here I had been, pouring all this love. I was, champion, world-class flying monkey. I was so submissive and subservient to this evil garden gnome from Middle Earth for 5 years, and the reality that he didn't love me, I mean, it was absolutely liberating. Here I had, really been thinking, I need to leave, I got to get out of here. But there was always that heartstring, we loved each other, we had a relationship. When I realized he didn't love me at all and there was no relationship, it was very, very easy for me to start healing at that point. It was really early education that helped to set my mind, heart, spirit, and soul free. I had been completely taken captive, all of me, every essence of who I was, and had been absolutely brainwashed that I was just a loathsome, horrible, ugly, wrinkled, stupid, couldn't do anything right, total and utter piece of shit. So one of the things I did that really helped me heal initially was I started reaching out to other people he had isolated me from. And let me tell you, I was getting some seriously conflicting information from these people that had known me all my life, who are now telling me, Kim, you're a wonderful person. Kim, you're smart, you're kind, you're humanitarian, you're very creative, and that's not what I've been hearing from him. I've been hearing quite the opposite of that from him. So reaching out to other people and getting real feedback from people that weren't trying to control and manipulate me, well, that was extremely healing for me. Now, again, one of the big healing steps for me was, again, about education. I had absolutely recognized and internalized the fact that I was in a 4-step narcissistic cycle. Idealization, devaluing, dumping, discarding. I mean, it just kept looping and looping, and being able to clearly see that pattern, that really set me free, because guess what? Kimmy don't play that game. Why would I play that game? I wasn't playing that game. On many occasions, my narc's mask had slipped, but during one really inept performance, his mask slipped right off, and I could very, very clearly see who and what he really was. So all of the brainwashing that I, had impacted my thinking was now clearing up, because I could really see him. He was just a horribly frightened, scared, self-loathing, shame-based individual who was horrible. I mean, he was truly horrible. See him for what he was. I was very mad at this, about this thing that he had done, but ultimately it was the thing that fully exposed him. Seeing him for what he was very healing. Understanding my narc's lifelong patterns really helped to set me free from the enslavement I was feeling. I mean, I knew that he was an absolute habitual liar, chronic, pathological liar. And during one conversation with his mother, she had absolutely confirmed that he had been a liar his entire life. Absolutely couldn't tell the truth for nothing. And when I realized that, if he's been doing this since his earliest days, and he's a middle-aged man now, it was never going to change. So it was easy to walk away from that. One of the most beneficial steps towards true internal healing for me. Now, my narc saw everything that I did in my life that created success for me as a threat, and he was excessively offended by these things. So all of my successes and things that I did to feel successful had been eliminated. So one of the steps I took to healing was really revisiting a lot of the things that I had been successful at, and it really gave me a sense of future, a brighter future with success, free of this horrible, horrible person. Now, my love of things that had been important to me had kind of dissipated and gone on the back burner because my narc needed so much to be my only focus that I had given up a lot of things that I love. Now, two things that I'm really passionate about are seed saving is one, and I really see myself as a guardian of natural organic seed, both in the food supply and also in the supply of weeds and wildflowers. So and micro gardening, organic gardening. So I had really started to return to these things that had been very important to me and gave me a really good sense of myself and really made me happy and made me feel good. So this was kind of a quick fix to healing, because now all that time my mind had been occupied with absolute mind fuckery was being spent in a very productive way doing something I loved. I'm very fortunate to have a home that I've had for many years in Canada's heartland. So, you know, when faced with the fact that I was absolutely leaving, I didn't really consider moving around the corner or across town. I wanted to fully remove myself from that train wreck of a situation, and that's what I did. And since returning to my home, I've been renovating and decorating and really customizing my house to suit my needs. And you know, I've been so happy. I wake up every day feeling happy and relieved that I'm out of that mess. Now, one of the things that I did was really start to make a list of all my qualities and assets, because I had been stripped of all of that and really reduced to nothing but a puddle of mud, you know, produced by this very ill person's muddied mind. I mean, this is what I'd been reduced to. So I started making lists of all the things I was good at, all the things that I'd seen success in, and that was a fairly extensive list, and I was really happy that I did that, because you know, if you're in a narcissistic relationship, chances are you've lost the essence of yourself. You've forgotten who you are, as I did. Another way to really initiate healing for me was to be grateful. I mean, be truly, truly grateful. You know, even looking back at that 5-year epic nightmare, you know, there's things to be grateful for in that. And to be honest, I would rather be a victim than a narcissist that was out victimizing people. So, you know, it made me look at the type of person I am versus that. And I'm really grateful today just to be me.